the drought monitor that's going to update tomorrow. We've had dry, hot weather, and you might be wondering, is that going to contribute to lower yields of fruits like peaches, pears, and apples? Let's check it out. I want to bring you on to talk a little bit about how this sudden drop in rainfall, especially for the month of July, and the increase in temperatures, how has that impacted the fruit trees in West Virginia?
They're starting to even move, and the leaves, position the leaves, and kind of start to fold them, cupping, kind of pull them together. Then the next step, or at least in the fruit business, with the fruit trees, they're going to start to shed some of the fruits. So if you're exposed to the drought, the photosynthesis is going to be reduced. So with that, you're going to have a little bit less carbs to form those buds. And even if they do form, they're going to be weaker overall. So your potential for the next year's crop is going to be reduced. Secondly, with the reduced photosynthesis, you don't have enough carbs to fill in the fruits, so the fruits are going to be smaller. Then you are going to have, by having the small fruits, overall production or the potential for the yield, and the yield is going to be reduced.
Let's say that from here on out, through the rest of the summer, the pattern completely reverses and we get cooler days and we get a sufficient amount of rain, but not too much. Can the fruit recover, or is it too late?
Well, depends. Depends on the ripening season. When does it ripen? For some early ripening fruit, like I have some apples, they're going to be ready for picking end of July, first part of August. It's too late.
Okay.
But for some of the later ripening, mid-season to late season, they will recover. However, again, you don't want too much water because then it might start splitting. You're talking apples, you're talking pears, some of the pears a little bit later. Most of the pears that we're picking are probably late August till about mid-September.
We want to thank Myra for her expertise. We also want to let you know that those drought and heat-stressed leaves that have already changed color, it's too late. They will fall off early and they will not regain their green color until next spring. Chief Meteorologist Chad Merrill for Newswatch. So there you go. Oh. Even though we're starting to recover, the damage has already been done for the fruits that bloom and are ready in late July and early August. But for those Honeycrisp apples, for the pears, for certain kind of peaches later in the season, now that we're starting to get into a wetter period, of course we're not out of the drought yet, the water will help. But now, not necessarily here in southern West Virginia, but towards Elkins and then east towards I-81, a lot of those leaves have already changed color. So they are done for this season, those leaves. But you can still get recovery with the other leaves. So it's going to be an interesting fall season for sure with people that go leaf peeping. This drought hitting so early and so hard is just unfortunate for some of the fruit trees.
Definitely is. I hate that for the early season fruits, but I'm really glad that we get some Honeycrisp apples and some pears and some peaches.
There we go.
Good news there.